name's Kelvin, and today we're going to be transplanting the tomato seeds that I put in for this year. So I started these about 5 weeks ago, and for the ones that made it, yay! Because this is my first time doing it from seed. I usually go ahead and get transplants. And this year I decided, well, why not? Go ahead, give it a shot and see how it goes. In a separate video, I'm going to show you exactly how I went about putting my seeds in for growth. But right now, let's go ahead and get these transplanted. So I've got this one here. It's a yellow pear, right? Yep, that's what the sign says. It's a yellow pear, and what I do is I take and I reuse these Bonnie plant containers that I get when I buy stuff at Home Depot and Lowe's. So the yellow pear or teardrop tomato is quite beautiful, even though it can also be in red and orange. The ones I've had in the past have started out yellow, and by the time they were fully ripe, they were orange in color, which is perfect because orange is my color. So the fruit itself looks almost like a pear, essentially. I mean, while it's the size of a cherry tomato, it'll look like a pear. Now, this plant here is indeterminate. So you've got two types of tomatoes. You've got indeterminate and determinate. Determinate grow to a particular size, put out a particular amount of fruit, and then that's it. For indeterminate, they tend to grow quite large, and mine have grown usually to about 6 to 8 feet, and the yellow pear has been known to get upwards of 12 feet in a season. So it will continue to bear and put out side shoots during your growing season, and it can be quite plentiful. When these grow, it looks like a grapevine. You'll see it in a cluster, and absolutely fantastic. Taste-wise, excellent. It's got a slightly tangy, but I find it to be quite on the sweet side as tomatoes go. Excuse me. And so for that reason, I love the yellow pear tomato. And I've got 2 of those. Next, I've got, this says green zebra. Now, I'm doing the green zebra this year. I've never grown it before, either from transplant or from seed. And the green zebra is more of a tart flavor. So what I'm hoping to be able to use this for is for salads, citrus salads, and also for, I'm going to try it out in some fried green tomatoes. Since the color itself remains green with some darker green stripes in it to make it look like zebra, hence the name green zebra. So this one is also indeterminate. It grows anywhere from 4 to 6 feet tall, and it does the branching off of vines, and you'll get a fruit that's about 3 to 4 ounces in size. It is quite plentiful, and it's a cultivar that was only created back in the 1980s. So it's not even all that old as compared to a lot of what we know as heirloom tomatoes. This one takes about 75 days from germination to production. And then, like I said, being indeterminate, it will continue to produce throughout your growing season until the cold weather sets in. So that's another thing that I love about indeterminate, is that I can continue to get, as long as I'm properly taking care of it, I can continue to get tomatoes throughout the entire growing season. And here in South Florida, that growing season is quite large. Last, a Black Beauty. She's struggling, but she's getting there. This one here was more in a dark spot of my little, what I call my little growth center. And so it became quite leggy. But there's ways around that, and when I go to transplant this, I'm going to show you just that. Here I have decided that I am going to take and put them in a 5-gallon container. Now, yes, you can grow tomatoes, both determinate and indeterminate, inside a container, but don't use a container any less than 5 gallons. The benefit mostly for me is the fact that now this is even higher up off the ground than me just simply trimming off the lower leaves and branches and hoping that the soil in the ground doesn't come up and make contact with the leaves as it's growing and cause the wilt. So I've already gone on ahead and made my mixture here, and I'm going to put it inside the pot, and then I'll show you exactly how we go about, or at least I go about, putting the tomato plants in, and it's also how I recommend you do it as well. Take down my hole there, it's down in there, and then bring my soil up. And the tomato plant will go ahead and produce more roots around that portion of its stem in order to give it a better and stronger root production system. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the other 3, and then we'll go ahead and set them up for their growth. So there we have it. And over here, if you look, on this side I've trellised up some beans. These are Alabama black-eyed lima beans, but this is an 8-foot high PVC, what I call my tomato trellis. And so when the time comes, I will just tie string at the top and bring it down and just attach the vines to it, and it will grow up. And so for those who get to 8 feet, perfect. They just flop over the top like the yellow pear. And for others, they will go ahead and just get to their height with no problem. So if you look here, this is the tomato that was really leggy, and all I did was just take and go halfway up its stem and plant it down in the ground. And if you look, it's already got some new leaves and potential branches coming out, so it should do just fine. So until our next time, take care of yourselves. Love yourself, love those around you. It costs you nothing, but it'll mean so much eventually. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Think about subscribing even, and click the bell so you know exactly when I post another video. Take care of yourselves. Blessings. Bye.